Welcome to the 210 Nerds. As always, my name is Max James, and in this episode of the TTN Presents, I have a bonus episode for the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, Year 5, and the movie of the day is Yoga Hosers, directed by Kevin Smith. Now, my initial reaction was when the final credit rolled was that I loved this movie. I thought it was just so much fun. It was very funny to me, and it was just fun. That's exactly what I wanted out of this movie, was just to be entertained for a few hours, and I got exactly what I wanted, just to be entertained, and I loved it. Now, I know there's a lot of Smith fans who hated it, and a lot of Smith fans who loved it, and I am obviously one who loved it, because it was fun. That's exactly, like, I know I can't express that enough, how much fun I had with this, because I'll just tell you in a minute why I have so much fun, because that goes into the rating of this movie. So, first up is I need to tell you what you need to know about this movie and then the plot. I'm going to simplify this plot very easily, even though the plot of the movie doesn't show up until like a good, whatever, halfway through the movie or something like that. So, it basically follows two girls, both named Colleen, who are played by Lily Rose Depp and Harley Quinn Smith, who are the daughters of Johnny Depp and Kevin Smith, who are both in this movie as well. And basically what they do is they have to fight off Nazi bratwursts and a Nazi who was cryogenically frozen, only to wake up in a world where he is doing impressions of actors, and he's trying to he created these little Nazi sausages to go kill critics, and that's basically what the movie boils down to. There's another little subplot in there that I'm going to leave out, just because if you want to see this movie, it kind of takes a little turn. So, but it's funny though. But that's basically what the movie boils down to, and it's funny. I really loved it. Johnny Depp reprises his role from Tusk. He plays a detective. Guy Lapointe, I'm probably butchering that name, but he's great in this movie. But he also has that one scene that I didn't like. I mean, not so much I didn't like. I think it dragged on just a little too long. That's really about it. That was my only problem with this movie, was that when both Colleens are talking to Guy Lapointe, I'm just gonna stick with that pronunciation, even though I'm probably wrong. But it's a really good scene, but it dragged on just a tad bit too long. That's really my only complaint, was that scene, because the rest of the scenes with Johnny Depp's character, it was perfect. It was good timing. He didn't seem like he was overpowering the scene or anything like that. It was just perfect. The rest of the movie with him in it was good. Just this little particular scene kind of lasted a little too long. Like, there's also a scene in Tusk that kind of went along with his character, even though he's just being that character, but it doesn't take away from the movie at all. It just dragged on just a tad bit too long, because there is some funny moments within that scene, so I do have to give credit to that. But it just dragged on just a tad bit too long. But other than that, it's great. What else is I need to tell you? Oh, the special effects. The special effects are very give and take, because there's good practical effects. I'll get in that in a second. But the CGI effects with the Nazi bratwurst, it's hilarious. I love this. This is so fun. That's why I cannot express that enough. I know I keep saying that. It is fun. It's stupid fun, and that's what I liked about it. And that's a very high compliment, because I watch Toxic Avenger, trauma movies. I watch the Full Moon movies, where I think that an interview where he was actually comparing this to it, and I totally see it. It's perfect. I love this movie. It's so much fun to watch. I know I keep saying that, but it is. To me, it is. So, the practical effect, there's a giant monster that gets revealed at the end of the movie. And it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm like, I wish there was more of that. I wish it was kind of utilized a little better, but for a low budget movie, you have to just take it as is, and whatever it was used, it was great. So when it was used good, used well. But what else is there? The actors. Oh, the acting in this movie is so much fun as well, because you got both Colleens, who were played, like I said, by the daughters of Kevin Smith and Johnny Depp. They're great in this movie. They had Justin Long. He's playing a yogi, their yoga instructor. What else? You got Ralph Garman. He has if you don't know who Ralph Garman is, he does he's a radio personality and also voice actor. An actor. He does a lot of good impressions, really great impressions, and he has some of the best scenes in this entire movie when he's doing voice acting of Adam West and Stallone and Schwarzenegger and all that good stuff. It's hilarious because his character has been frozen for 70 years, so he has to he overdosed on Netflix basically, and just kind of using his ability to do impressions, and it works perfect. So, what else do I need to tell you about this movie? Okay, I will have to say this. It definitely is not for everyone. It really is, because it is about two girls, and their vernacular is very like high schoolish, and it's basically how two girls would talk to one another. And some of the jokes are more targeted toward the female community and stuff like that. But it's just, but I still got the jokes. I still thought the jokes were funny because they were utilized in a way where it resembled his other movies like Clerks and a few others. So that's where I was laughing more at. It's not so much the joke itself. It's like how it was utilized more than anything. So I like that. So, okay, now my rating. I have a rating scale for my horror movies. 1 being run-of-the-mill horror. 2, best watched with the group. 3, more than average horror but adds nothing new to the horror genre. 4, helps move the horror genre forward. And 5, being a horror classic. Now, Yoga Hosers is oddly enough, a strong 2. It is a toilet humor there. It is best watched with a group, hands down. Best watched with a group who love these kind of stupid, over the top movies, who like watching trauma movies, who like watching full moon movies, who love just sit around and talk and just like laugh at how ridiculous it is. That's exactly how great this movie is to me. I mean, I know I'm kind of biased because I am a Kevin Smith fan, but I absolutely loved this. This is so much fun. So, with all that being said, it is definitely hands down best watched with the group. It has some terrible CGI, but it works within the realm of this movie. It has some great practical effects with that giant monster at the end. The acting is very good. Even from Harley Quinn and Lily Rose Depp, they are very good in this movie. I was never turned away of how campy or cheesy their acting was. Like, they are very good actresses. Johnny Depp is perfect in this movie. He fits well. Okay, I will tell you something about this movie. When me and my friend Spencer was watching this movie, we kept like Johnny Depp's character has moles on his face. And throughout the entire movie, moles kept moving all over his face. They're never in the same place twice. And me and him were like, we thought he had a unibrow, but no, he has a giant mole stuck like right here. And like then a few more scenes later, it's like, oh, the moles are definitely moving. And that's just funny in very deliberately continuity thrown out the window for that. It's great. So, with all that being said, I highly recommend this movie at least one viewing. It is definitely not for everyone, but it's fun. And it's set in Canada, so they kind of ramp up all the Canadian stereotypes throughout the window, and it's just like it's great. It's funny, and I just can't say enough about this movie. I cannot wait to buy this movie in November. So, as always, my name is Max James, and I'm going to go geek out.